Beauties! Hello and welcome to the Camille dress tutorial. This is the first design in my line of sewing patterns and I'm so proud of it. I'm an American living in Paris and working in the fashion industry, so I wanted to create pattern designs based on the effortless chic Parisian style. So why not start with the little black dress, the iconic little black dress? I feel like every French woman has this go-to in their closets, y'all. And my model looks so good in it. She's slated. But I chose this design because I feel like it's super versatile. You can wear it as is in summer. You can style it with a turtleneck, tights, boots in winter and fall. Also, you can wear it with heels, make it dressy, sneakers, make it casual. Here I paired it just with the simple white tee and loafers. And my pattern is quite simple, so you can make it out of so many different fabrics. I made it out of a sparkly fabric here, and it's giving special event, party, New Year's Eve vibes. And guess what? It's super easy to make. So I hope you guys have as much fun sewing it as I did creating it. So let's start sewing. On y va. So here I actually already started cutting and taping the pattern pages together, but I just wanted to show you how I normally do it. But before we even get to this step, there is a very important first step that you should do. So each one of my patterns actually comes with a print test, and the print test should always measure 2 inches. So this is just to check the scale of the printer is correct and that your pattern is also correct. Okay, and the pages will be A3 through A6, and then A all the way to D. Okay, so once you do that and everything is correct, you're ready to cut and tape the pattern pages together. So what I like to do is I like to cut one side and then literally just match the diamonds there, like so. So now what I'll do is I'll fast forward it and then you could kind of see like how I normally assemble the pattern. Okay, so we're cutting out our last pattern piece here, and as you can see, it's such a simple, such an easy design. Literally consists of 5 pattern pieces. So you'll have a front, a back, a front facing, a back facing, and then a pattern for the straps. And really quickly, here is our fabric layout plan. I do recommend using a fabric with a width of 59 inches or more, so that way you only have to buy 1 yard of fabric. But if you find fabric that you really like that's less than 59 inches, not to worry. I do have a fabric layout guide here to the left. I will say you will need an additional yard of fabric for a total of 2 yards instead of 1, okay? And as you can see here, the front is going to be cut 1 on the fold, front facing, cut 1 on the fold, back, cut 2, back facing, cut 2, the strap, cut 2. And here I have a layout plan for interfacing in case you want to use interfacing on your facings. I won't be using it, but if you want to, you'll purchase a half a yard of interfacing. Okay, so now we're cutting the pattern pieces out of the fabric. So exciting! And again, I'm just using a fast-paced video to show you the whole process of the pinning and the cutting. And here is the front piece being cut on the fold as well as the front facing. I also wanted to mention the fabric choice. So for my fabric, I am using just a plain unbleached cotton muslin fabric. It is quite a boring choice, but I will be using this during the tutorial in a combination with red thread so that you're able to see every stitch, every marking. It's just so much easier to see when the fabric is just plain. Okay, so now that we've cut both of our pattern pieces on the fold out, now we are left with only our cut 2 pattern pieces. So for this, they have a grain line. So the selvage is very important. So I'm just making sure that the selvage is matching there at the bottom. And you're going to take your pattern piece and it has a grain line on it. So the grain line should be completely parallel to the selvage, okay? So I measured the front, it was 18 inches, the front of that grain line. And then I'll measure the end of the grain line. And it is also 18 inches. So that's perfect. It's perfectly parallel to the selvage. So the grain line is very important because if you don't pay attention to the grain line and you make a garment, you can feel that it fits a little weird. It doesn't lay like it's supposed to. And it's usually because the grain line wasn't parallel to the selvage. Okay, so now we will transfer all the important markings and notches. So it's so important before we start sewing that we transfer every single notch and marking that's on the pattern. So here, as you can see, I am marking the strap placement notch, and I'm also marking the notches for the tucks. So basically where the tucks begin and where they end. And we will do the same for the front facing. And for the back, the important notches are the strap placement and the zipper. So basically where the zipper will end. So the zipper notch. And for the back facing, we have the strap placement notch as well. And then the strap has no notches because we will fold it in half and then sew it and then turn it inside out. Okay, so once you're done, you are ready to start sewing.